Welcome back to another true crime segment on Exploring with Ash and Jake. Today we're going to be talking about the Gainesville killer, also referred to as the Scream Murderer. If this sounds good, stay tuned and let's hop right into the story. Danny Harold Rolling, also known as the Gainesville Ripper, also known as the Scream Murderer, was an American serial killer who murdered 5 students in Gainesville, Florida over 4 days in August of 1990. He later confessed to raping several of his victims, committing triple homicide in the home city limit of Shreveport, Louisiana, and attempting to murder his father in May of 1990. In total, Rolling confessed to killing 8 people. He was sentenced to death for the 5 Gainesville murders in 1994. He was executed by lethal injection in 2006. So I'm always curious what goes into making these serial killers, so we're going to talk about the early years of Danny Rolling's life. So it says, Danny Rolling was born in Shreveport, Louisiana. His father was a Shreveport police officer named James Rolling, who told Danny that he was unwanted from the time of birth. James was also abused and beat Danny and Danny's mother, Claudia, and his brother, Kevin, for frivolous things such as breathing in a way that displeased him. Now that's just ridiculous right there. That's just plain child abuse. In one incident, Danny's mother went to the hospital after claiming her husband tried to make her cut herself with a razor blade. She made repeated attempts to leave her husband, but was always returned shortly after. In one example of the senior Rolling's sense of discipline, he pinned Danny to the ground and then cuffed him to the dog, and James beat the dog so often that it died in Danny's arms. As a teenager and young adult, Rolling was arrested several times for robberies in Georgia and was caught spying on women getting dressed. As an adult, he had trouble trying to assimilate into society and hold down a steady job. At one point, Rolling worked as a waiter at Pancho's restaurant in Bossier City, Louisiana. So that's just a little backstory on the early years of his life and kind of what I think led up to his behavior and made him into the serial killer that he became. The following are a list of victims. Rest in peace to all. Sonja Larson, 17 years old. Christina Powell. Christine Hoyt, 18 years old. Tracy Powles, 23 years old. Manny Tabanda, 23 years old. In November of 1991, Rolling was charged with 5 counts of murder. Rolling claims his motives was to be a superstar like that of Ted Bundy. Before the trial could even get underway, Rolling unexpectedly pled guilty to all the charges. Rolling was also diagnosed with antisocial disorder in combination with borderline personality disorder and paraphilia. As always, thanks for subscribing to our channel and following us. If you like this, comment, share, and remember, keep exploring and stay weird.